Hello and welcome again to The Angry Cook. I'm in yet another kitchen. This is my original kitchen before we moved. My son and daughter-in-law and grandson are here now. We also have a new sous chef. Meet Brody and Jade. Of course you know Jade. Brody is Jade's nephew, actual nephew. Same Joe's dad. Jade's sister's son. Anyhow, I expect a lot of mooching to go on between the two of them, because they do that a lot. Today is extra special. We're going to be doing linguini in clam sauce, white clam sauce. So we're going to get started. First thing we're going to do is clean the clams. What you want to do is you want to get all the sand off them by giving them a nice rub in cold water. Also, while you're doing this, check for dead ones and chipped ones. Dead ones may be slightly open. If they're open, throw them. If they're chipped, throw them. When you get really sick from this stuff, don't mess with it. Don't take a chance. It's not worth getting sick. I've already done these, of course, but I forgot. I was doing a video on it, and I forgot to videotape it, so I'm just doing the last few again, just to get you going. What we're going to do next is we're going to purge the clams. You want to purge as much sand out of them as possible. The safest way, do not use just plain fresh water. And there's a lot of sites that say you can do that, and that's crap. Fresh water will kill clams. What you want to do is, in 1 liter of water, put 35 grams of sea salt, kosher salt, pig Himalayan salt, whatever you got. Just don't use table salt. Table salt contains iodine, which will kill the clams, and we don't want to do that. So that's next on the list. Okay, so we put 35 grams of salt, kosher salt, with a liter of cold water, and put the clams back in the fridge for about an hour to hopefully desand themselves, and then we're going to pull a bunch of them out, and we're going to steam them, and we're going to eat them first as an appetizer, and then clams, linguini and clam sauce comes next. See ya. Alright, we did the purge for the clams. That was clean water. You see the sand down here now? And there's gunky things floating around in there. And it's very cloudy. Their little siphons were out when I took them out of the refrigerator, meaning that they were in fact purging themselves, which is kind of cool. I've never seen that before. First time I've used this, I'm going to use it again. Stay tuned. Alright, here we are back again. Time to start the linguini and clam sauce. As you see, we have 2 pans. We have a big pan, and I've told you before, and I'll say it again, I subscribe to the Alton Brown version of cooking spaghetti. Just enough water to cover the spaghetti, the salted water to cover the spaghetti for the time set of the package. So we're going to do that. Back here we're going to do our linguini, our clam sauce. So we're going to do everything together because it's a quick dish. So I think what I'll do is we'll just keep the camera running, and we'll go from here. We got 2 portions. I'm going to do about a 3-ounce portion for each of us because we both just had a bunch of steamed clams, because I had to buy a thing of 50 and I didn't need 50, so we gulped up on those, and they were absolutely awesome and just got both of ours, I think, appetite going. So we're going to start there. A little salt, not a little salt, salty. I heard this described by 2 different chefs as it should be like seawater. So we'll go with that. That's a good explanation, I think. Just enough water to cover the spaghetti. Cover until it starts to boil. Turn it down to medium. I evidently have a cover out here somewhere because I can't find it. There it is over here. Of course I have a cover out. We just put clams in it. It's alright. It's alright. So, this pan, let's get this bad boy going. Medium high. We're going to put the remnants of our butter, which isn't going to count towards our total. 2 tablespoons of butter. It's going to be a little more. I really don't care. It's going to add richness to it and flavor. And a couple of tablespoons of oil, olive oil, regular olive oil, not extra virgin, to keep it from burning. And we're going to wait for that to dissolve, not to dissolve, to melt. That's the word we want, melt. Something like that, right? Right. Butter's been out, it's room temperature, but we're going to cut it just to help with the melting process and help with the video speed. We'll be editing the shit out of this anyway, probably. As soon as the oil gets hot, we're going to add our clams. We left 12 clams out. We'll be adding our clams to that. We'll be adding a couple of tablespoons of garlic, or a couple of garlic cloves if you're using cloves. I'm not at this particular time because I don't have it. Hoping to pop off. So we're watching the spaghetti water. Our spaghetti says 10 minutes, so we're going to do it 8 minutes because we're going to cook the spaghetti with the clams for 2 minutes. So that's how we judge that thing. Okay, all together. Just checking my recipe so I know what the hell I'm doing. You know the brain on this. How often do I forget stuff? All the freaking time, don't I? This is coming up nicely. So we're going to add our clams. We're going to add our baby clams and the clam juice. Get every little drop of those suckers out, let nobody tally behind. Dilly-dally, tally, jally-mally, valley, and things. We're going to add our garlic to it also. Let it come back up a little bit. Went down in temperature because we added that sauce. If these clams happen to open early like they did when we made clams, we're just going to pull them. We don't want them tough. So we're just going to pull them and put them back in at the last minute just to reheat a little bit. That's the secret. You don't want tough clams. Garlic. Boing. Just as an aside, you probably should have put the clams in there without the clam juice and added that to the next step, but sauteed the garlic off, but it's going to give the same flavor. Just would have given a little bit better texture, I think, but not a big deal. Again, we move on. It's for 2 servings, 6 clams a serving, tablespoon of garlic per serving, about 4, 5, 6 ounces of baby clams per serving. So you can take it from there. Or you could take small clams like these guys, because they're little neck, they're small. You could take them and chop them up if you wanted to. And have everything fresh, which is nothing wrong with fresh. And I like fresh. And you know that. So, okay, 8 minutes. Crank that down so it doesn't come over. And we have some beginning to open. We're going to add 4 ounces of heavy cream per serving, so 8 ounces of heavy cream to this. Write that back down again. This is to add body. That and the butter should make this thing a freaking marvelous little doodad. And a couple ounces of wine, ounce of wine per serving. That might have been more, who knows. Everything is fine. So we're going to reduce this by about half, give it some thickening. Make sure you keep stirring the spaghetti. We have our plates. As I said, this is wham bam thank you ma'am, so keep your eye on it. As opposed to me that walks away. Crank that back up again and reduce. Got 6 minutes to reduce, it should be fine. And whatever reducing it's going to do in when we put the spaghetti in. We're going to go right from this pan, a little bit of draining, holding it up right into here. And if we needed to, if this got too reduced, we could add a spoonful of the water from here, which has starch in it, which will help to thicken and also help volume-wise. So we can always add volume to it by using that guy. So we're going to bubble away for 5 more minutes. And I'm going to put that hole. Then I just bring it back for a second. We have, as I said, we had clams starting to open, and we have 2, 3, there's a dozen in here, remember. 4, and we still got some coming, so looking promising. Okay, here we are, 8 minutes gone. We're adding this guy to the linguini to the sauce. The linguini, because it's not cooked the whole way yet, is going to soak up some of this sauce inside it, which is going to be astro-damn-nomical. So, Scott, if you put the Parmesan on the table, probably the only fish that's recommended to get a cheese with it, you don't usually serve cheese with fish, is this one, because Parmesan goes with it so well. And I can't set this timer the same way. There we go. I am literally dying right here. Right now, right here. Of course, I still have these guys out. I don't want to put them in too soon. I don't want them to get too hard, too well done. So, last minute of play in the period. In go the clams. We have a beer to go with this. Wine would be awesome. White wine would be awesome. A lighter wine. Don't want anything too heavy because there's no heavy flavors here. This is all lighter flavors. And yes, clammers are light seafood flavor. So, coming down to the last 30 seconds. And ready to plate. Just about. And by God, I think we're just about there. So, one, two, three, four. By the way, 100% opening on these two. 4, 5, 6, and for moi, 1, 2, 3 with linguini, 4, 5, one's hiding, doesn't want to be served up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah! Somebody's trying to steal from me. Trying to steal from myself. Here we go. Linguini. 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 Probably should have made a 2-ounce portion, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to go to waste. Linguini, Apache, and Shitsky. And we're going to spoon some of this deliciousness all over it because it's got the baby clams in it. Bunch of them are trying to hide in the background, but not from me, Jackson. Boys and girls, linguini and clam sauce. Thanks for dropping by the Angry Cook again today.